This podcast is brought to you by San Diego County Toyota Dealers. We've got what it takes. Fix Auto, Corky's Pest Control, and Lolita's Family of Restaurants.
Hey sports fans, welcome to the playoffs. Christian Pedersen, Chris Smith, Tommy is on location again, and Montel is the little man down there in the box. Hey Montel. So it's playoffs, it's football, it's Division I. D1? That's a really exciting sentence with a lot of hyphens and exclamation points in there. Maybe even like a smiley faced emoji and like one of these also. I'm not hip on that. We got playoffs to talk about.
We do.
We got games to talk about. We got brackets to bracketologize. But first, we got to figure out where in the world is Tommy Morris and what punishment is he serving this week for betting against a certain hashtag Torrey Pines, hashtag Falcons team. Tommy, where are you at?
All right, guys, for my shout-out, I got to give it to the whole entire Torrey Pines team. They did a great job. I picked against them all year, and I was wrong all year, so thank you guys for making me look bad. I'm here with Louie, the defensive captain. Louie, you guys got off to a slow start this year, but then you really picked it up towards the end. What was the difference?
I think, we've just been working really hard in practice all season, and it's starting to show in our games for sure. Beating teams pretty badly, which is nice.
And you guys went in the last week not in open division. You ended up making it after your win against LCC. So where were you guys when you found out that you mathematically had qualified?
We were actually in In-N-Out Burger right after the game. We took the buses straight there, and then our whole school was there, and then we found out we were playing in open division. It's pretty cool.
And who got that first phone call? Was it coach? Was it one of the players? Who was the first one to figure it out?
It was the head coach. Yeah, one of his buddies from Cathedral called him, and they were like, "Yeah, we're probably gonna play you," and that's when we knew.
And then did everyone go crazy?
Yeah, we're really excited because we know those guys pretty well, just up the street, so that's pretty fun. Yeah.
Yeah, and this game, I mean, it's a huge game in North County. So what's going to be like this is a huge rivalry game that you didn't get to play. So what's going to be like to get this game in the playoffs?
We're going to prepare really hard and hopefully give them everything we have.
And you as a defensive captain, you get to see a similar offense every single day in practice. So that's going to help them too. So how's it going to help you guys being able to see a wing tee in practice every day and then see it on the field come up in a couple weeks?
Yeah, it's going to be really nice, especially if I help out on the scout team because I'm not playing much offense. So I'll be able to see it every single day, and so will the whole team. Yeah, it's really nice.
And you guys are into bye week, so any special plans for Friday?
We'll probably have a light practice or something, but nothing too major.
You gonna go watch any games?
Yeah, I think I'm actually gonna go up to LA and watch my friend who goes to Servite play.
Ooh, there you go. Any predictions for that Servite game?
Servite's gonna stomp him.
All right, there you heard it here first. Louis says Servite's gonna stomp him. I don't know who they're playing.
Mission Viejo.
Okay, look out, Mission Viejo. Servite's coming for you, right, Louis? All right, guys, back to you.
I really still feel like he's going to pick against them. He loves them, but he's going to pick against them. I don't know. Chris, before we get started in the game picks, any D1 shout-outs you want to give?
Oh, absolutely. First of all, I was at the game last week, Cathedral Madison. Hard-fought game. I want to give a shout-out to Madison. Those guys played their hearts out. I mean, that was a tough, very physical game against a very well-disciplined team. You guys did an excellent job. Samson Nua, Chris Fatola, JoJo Follow, Eric Buchanan, Terrell Carter, all those guys over there, man. Just want to give shots out to those guys because they played their tails off.
Okay, Mike McCoy, playing your tails off. I think I just got to give a shout-out to cooler heads prevailing here. There, as is always, there is tension about who isn't open, who isn't an open. There's two teams, very specifically in Saints and Madison, that had a strong argument for it. There's, LCC, they had a good year. They probably couldn't have made it open. There was just argument. There was discussion. There was this, that, and the other. But there was cooler heads prevailing on Twitter and people just saying, hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
We got to go back to grinding. So I just want to give a shout out to maturity prevailing, and it's very easy, I think, with social media and all that to just jump out there and start throwing fire at people. But thank you very much to all the players involved in this.
One more shout out. There was one specific tweet I want to give a shout out to, and that's Samson New. Right after the game, a couple hours after the game, he put out there, congratulations to Cathedral, they did their thing. And it said hashtag respect. I thought that was one of the classiest acts by a football player I've seen in San Diego County this year. Samson, great job, great character.
Absolutely. We won't be talking about any of those teams this week, though, because all of those teams have byes. The top 4 seeds are Madison is 1, and then San Marcos is 4. They're in the top bracket. Down in the bottom bracket, we got LCC at 3 and Saints at 2. So all of those teams, they have a bye this week. They get to rest up. You will see them again Friday, November 18th is the next time that those teams will be playing. What we are talking about right now is the first round of D1 games. Let's get straight into it. Our very first game, the 8 seed Steel Canyon playing host to the 9 seed Carlsbad.
Wait. Before we do that, I want to bring a special guest to help us with our picks in this one.
Do we get a special guest this week?
We always get a special guest.
I mean, like, we've had some, like, special guests, though. How can we top that?
Another special guest.
A most specialist guest we've had
in
yet?
none other than your last year's the defending defensive player of the year, Zeke Noah. From
He's here?
He's always man.
He's right there!
Come on in, Zeke. Come on in, Zeke. You go ahead and take the middle seat here, my friend.
Oh, thanks. Make me look real small. Hey, man, congratulations on Open Division. Thank you very much for joining us. For those of you that might not be woke to who this guy is,
Or those of you not on planet Earth.
or if you've been a soccer fan or something, I don't know, the wrong type of football, this is Zeke Noah. He is the heart and soul of a Helix Scotties defense that is a lot of fun to watch. You guys have had a little bit of a roller coaster year this year with probably some of the toughest games that Helix has played ever, and you're in Open Division now. So, you know, that's working out for you. We're going to talk about Division 1 though. He's going to help us out with some of our picks and maybe teach me how to, you know, pack on a little bit more muscle. Maybe he can teach me, learn how to tackle. I don't know. First game, as I said, Steel Canyon, Carlsbad. Tommy Morris, get us started.
All right, guys, for the first game, we got Carlsbad and Steel Canyon. I'm going to take Carlsbad on this one. They're on a little 2-game winning streak. I know they haven't had the best season, but I think they will take it in the first round of the playoffs.
Chris Smith.
You know, Steel Canyon has a star in Colton Larsenball, the corner over there. That kid is a ball magnet and a ball hawk. One of the most underrated corners in San Diego game. This is going to force the Carlsbad Lancers to run more, and I think there's too many athletes for Steel Canyon. I'm going to take the Cougars in this one.
Floor is yours.
I'm gonna have to disagree with them. I'm gonna have to go Carlsbad. I know Steel Canyon, you know, that's my East County team right there, but they've been struggling with injuries throughout this year, so I'm gonna have to go Carlsbad.
I'm going to agree with you on this one. The 8 and 9 game is always really hard to pick just because they're basically the same seed. One had to be one had to be the other.
Right.
Steel Canyon, I have too many question marks about Steel Canyon. The injuries, a couple really bad losses, a couple really good wins. Don't know who's going to show up. Carlsbad, maybe not a stellar team, but a consistent team. So I will go with the Lancers, just because purple looks nice also. Our next game, the number 5 Ramona playing the number 12 Vista. Tommy Morris, who's going to take it?
Vista traveling to Ramona. I'm going to take the Bulldogs on this one. In common opponents, Ramona is 5-2. Vista only 2-5, so that tells me the whole story there. I'm going to take the Bulldogs in this game.
Mr. Chris.
5-12 games are always trap games. I hate these games. Ramona Vista. Earlier in the year, Vista beat Ramona. I think they're looking for a little payback. And Ramona's a pretty consistent program, and they also pass the ball very well. The Vista secondary is not too good. I think Ramona's going to get their payback. I'm taking the Ramona Bulldogs in this one.
Mr. Noah?
I'm gonna have to go with Vista on this one because, you know, they definitely have the size and the speed to go against Ramona, and definitely they're gonna be playing them again. So, yep, I'm going Vista.
I can't argue against a track record. Vista already beat them once. As you said, trap game. This just has all the makings of, I hate to call it an upset because both these teams are good, but it has the makings of an upset. I think Vista wins it. Down to the other half of the bracket, we got Eastlake going to Mount Carmel. Tommy Morris, how do you see it?
All right, we got Eastlake going to Mount Carmel. I got an upset here, guys. I think Eastlake's going to take this one. The injuries are kind of piling up for Mount Carmel. I'm going to take the Titans in an upset, 11-6. Guys, what are your thoughts?
Chris Smith?
You know, the matchup I'm looking forward to most in this game is Billy Dunkel versus Chimeki Ochi.
Ooh, the Hogs, baby.
This game is going to feature two of the best lines in San Diego County. It's going to be a dogfight. But in the end, I think there's too many playmakers for the Sun Devils. I'm taking Peyton Stoner and the Mount Carmel Sun Devils in this one.
Zeke?
I'm gonna have to agree with Mr. Smith. I'm gonna
It's about time, man.
I'm gonna have to go with Mount Carmel as well. East Lake, they have a great team. You know, we played against them. They definitely have the players, and I just feel like Mount Carmel has the edge. So Mount Carmel.
I will also go with Mount Carmel. I love that we have a game where we're actually like excited about both lines. Like that's not something that happens every week. Is we're always talking about this big running back
backs,
or this big
receivers,
quarterback,
quarterbacks.
or highlighting specifically, oh, that team has that one defensive lineman, or that team has this really good offensive right side line.
Right.
But when you got two good lines squaring off against it, that's just going to be fun to watch. I do agree though that Mount Carmel is a more well-rounded team and ultimately just will find more ways to move the ball, and that's what it's going to come down to in the playoffs. Is you just got to be that team that can make the adjustments and make the adaptation and score. Mount Carmel takes this one. Our last game, number 7 Point Loma, number 10 El Camino. A lot of earthy tones in this game. Some purples, some browns, a lot of yellow. Very confusing jersey sets.
Art major.
Guilty as charged. Tommy Morris, you're up.
El Camino traveling to Point Loma, playing this game at Claremont High School. I have got El Camino. Chris Brown, 1,364 rushing yards and 14 TDs. He plays defense as well. He's going to be all over the field. I think these are two very evenly matched teams. The difference maker being Chris Brown. Guys, what are your thoughts?
Give you a little drum roll, Chris. And
I have one.
oh, just say the name of the team.
I have one
okay.
simple question, okay? How do you stop Chris Brown? I don't know. And I don't think the defensive coordinator or the linebacking core of Point Loma knows either. This is going to be all the Chris Brown show, and I'm taking El Camino over Point Loma.
Zeke?
I'm gonna have to agree. I'm going with El Camino on this one. Chris Brown, you know, he's a great running back, as we all know. So I just feel like they're not gonna stop him as well. So I'm going El Camino.
I'm also going to agree with that one. El Camino, they had some weird context to their season with some games going certain ways that we don't need to discuss all those circumstances. Just know that the 10 next to their name in this bracket isn't necessarily reflective of the talent on this team.
Agreed.
They probably should have a home game in this first round, but they're going to roll into Point Loma with a lot of momentum and a bit of a chip on their shoulder. I agree that Chris Brown will be a player to watch. This is just, to me, also a big game for Coach Ralph. You know, first season there, he's battled some ups and downs. I think that a playoff win is something that he really needs to solidify the reason that he moved there. And
Absolutely.
this will be a big opportunity for him to get
And
that
understand,
win.
Jerry Ralph, he's a seasoned coach.
Absolutely.
This guy
Tons of
knows how to
success
coach,
already
he
here in
knows how
San
to
Diego.
win. He's going to get those guys ready for this big game.
And this will just be the necessary win to help start that, to reboot that new era at El Camino.
I absolutely agree.
So that's the Division I bracket. We want you guys to all go play with our Pick'em game so you can truly prove that everybody in San Diego County knows football better than me and that I am just bad at picking, or I'm good at giving teams motivation. Because I pick against people like this guy and then they go out and just lay waste to everybody in their way. Before we get out of here, we always like to hear from the players. Zeke, floor is yours.
I want to give a shout out to my football team, Helix Dogs. That's with my brothers there, and always got to give a shout out to God. All glory to God, no matter what. So.
Absolutely, man. Hey, thank you very much for 4 years of entertaining people here in San Diego.
Yep.
It's going to be a lot of fun watching him here, a lot of fun watching him at the next level, wherever that ends up being. We are confident that you will be a bright, shining star for this community. Chris, thank you very much for putting up with my opinions. Montel and Tommy, you're both probably righter than me on all these games, but we'll only find out next week, and we will be back with more Pick'em. Guys, go check out a game. A lot of really good football this
Hey,
weekend.
while you're at it, go make sure you play our Pro Pick'em
Play the Pro
challenge.
Pick'em. Play the Pro Pick'em. There could be prizes. There could be glory. There, who knows? Zeke might show up to give you a high five if you pick them all right. We'll see you guys next week, though. Thank you very much for checking in.